My name is Alton DuLaney. I'm an artist and I make art. From a very young age, growing up in this little East Texas town called Splendora, I've always been captivated by the magic of creativity. Finding expression all around me, I've devoted my life to creative pursuits and have in fact used my life like a canvas, unabashedly indulging in self-promotional self-expression. I've been rewarded with a creative life full of art and magic and beauty. My journey's taken me across the country and around the world. I've long been captivated by the ability of art to transform objects, images, and actions just by being declared art. And in the contemporary art world, anything can be art. And wherever there's an art, there is an artist. Thus, all artwork is self-referential, the perpetual selfie. Mostly, I explore themes of power, pride, and patriotism. But in my practice, my concept has been expressed as painting, photography, sculpture, installation, video, performance, jewelry, tattooing, politics, mail art, and even branding. Yes, branding. The inspiration for this show is unity. It started with the concept of the golden spike and how it symbolically united the opposite coast of the United States when the first transcontinental rail system met in the middle in May of 1869. After surviving a very divisive era of pandemic and politics, for me, the spring of 2021 really represents a reawakening. So in my work, I really like to explore the concept of materiality. I'm fascinated by the value an art has. And when you're stretching a canvas and creating these paintings, there's money that's involved in that too. So I thought, what if I cut that out and I just use money as my canvas? Another fascinating material to use for me is precious materials like gold and diamonds. I have a history in jewelry design and actually produced and imported a line of jewelry for many years from Brazil. So I always thought of jewelry as tiny sculptures. Art making to a large degree is about mark making. And how does the artist make their mark? So for me, I've experimented with that a lot through stenciling, through tattooing, and even through branding. I'm really fascinated with the concept of branding in both meanings of the word, how we brand ourselves as an artist, how an object is branded as a work of art. And for me, I actually use a branding iron to brand the word art onto the object. For my art card series, I do a limited edition of hand-branded postcards that are then marked with my seal of approval, my gold foil seal of approval on the back. I fill them out to the individual collector who purchases them, and then I make the pilgrimage to a little small West Texas town called Art, Texas, where I mail them and have them hand-canceled, so they're actually postmarked as art. The art bench is the third in a series of monument pieces that I've done. This started a few years ago when my parents bought me a cemetery plot in our local cemetery in Splendora. And we went down to see it, and I stood over the 6 by 8 foot piece of property thinking, now I own real estate in the Splendora Cemetery. What am I going to do with this little tiny plot of land? So I decided I would produce an art headstone, basically, an art monument that I would put there. I decided to create a gray granite art bench that's made by a monument manufacturer. So these things have thousands of years lifespan. They can go indoor, outdoor. I think it's the perfect thing for an art gallery because you can sit on the bench to look at art, and the bench itself is a work of art. One of the things I missed most during this year-long lockdown and pandemic was hugging. So I wanted to create a work of art that really expressed the hug. I decided what I would do is I had these wooden letters, laser cut, that said the word art, of course. So they're mounted on canvas, and then I use loose canvas that I maneuver in between and around it to kind of hug that word in between these two canvases, and then it's all painted white. Signs are very powerful in all cultures, and in fact, the most recognized symbol on the entire planet is the octagonal-shaped red stop sign. It appears in many cultures across the planet, and it is designed to be viewed from great distances. And the best kind of signs, of course, are illuminated signs. So I'm really into lit artwork. I've done a number of neon signs, LED signs, stained glass light boxes, etc. So for this, I really wanted to go big. So I've done this oversized LED neon sign that, of course, screams the word art. Art can be a whisper, or art can be a flashing neon sign.
So tonight we're debuting all new work by Alton DuLaney. It's called Art Top 10. Art is always the subject of his work. We've selected 10 objects that are sort of indicative of his larger body of work. Alton is a conceptual artist, and what that means is the work is really about the idea more than the object making. I think when we're together, we also sort of have this unique collaboration that results in really, wonderful things.
My first piece of Alton's was, of course, a dollar bill, a $100 bill, that Alton had inscribed in gold the word art. So I hung it next to my Warhol dollar. Everyone falls in love with Alton. I'm just one of his groupies.
You never have to worry about what the theme is. The theme is always there. You know it's about art.
I saw him sashaying into his office and I just fell in love with him right then and there. Very fresh, very lively.
Every time there's a new story, that some other aspect of his world that I haven't heard, and you've always met people that tell these really wild, crazy stories, and they aren't true, but I know Alton's are all true. Him in his suit in front of that white canvas that says art, that is it's a stunning visual image.
Every time he has a show, he seems to reinvent, and that's a good conceptual artist. How he's done things this time are different than he's done them before. When you walk in a room with Alton, you immediately feel the positive energy. He's probably the hardest worker I've ever known. This amazing celebrity artist, but he's not afraid to get down in the dirt and dig some stuff up and get messy.
I think that Alton has this radiant, positive, magic energy, fun. He's always, good mood. And that's what everybody wants, You want to be surrounded by people that are always happy and that gives you beautiful energy, because that's what matters.
I really feel fortunate to have rediscovered the art world that is Houston, Texas. Having grown up here, I left at 17 to go to college, and I thought I might never come back. But after 20 years, I found myself back in Splendora, making art and being really supported by the art scene. And I'm very happy to be here in Texas and to be a part of this community. My name is Alton DuLaney. I'm an artist, and I make art.